What is good, y'all? Welcome back to Chris and Ralph Productions. As always, I am Chris. I hope you've had a wonderful week. So today, Friday, it was reported by the Hollywood Reporter that the DCU are going to be getting their Teen Titans. Yes. So actually, it was reported today that we're finally going to be getting the theatrical live action version of these characters. It's actually been rumored for a few weeks and a few months that they were going to be working on a Teen Titans film. So this was the image as you see it before me that was reported with the Hollywood Reporter article. You have Nightwing, Wally West, Beast Boy, Cyborg, Donna Troy, Starfire, and Raven. So I figured, you know what? If they're making a Teen Titans movie, these characters right here, these seven, make sense to have them be the core characters of our film. Obviously, there's many iterations of the Teen Titans where people come and go, but I figured let me do my fan cast for these seven characters. There are a couple of surprises, a couple of obvious ones, and one character actually returns from their live action iteration that they have done recently. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get into this first fan cast by me, Chris of Chris and Ralph Productions. So we have Tanner Busha, and I already first name I've already screwed it up. Tanner as Nightwing. He plays Robbie in the Cobra Kai series. So I've actually, whenever they did the announcement, when James Gunn did the announcement for Batman Brave and the Bold, and that he said Damian Wade was going to be in it, I was like, okay. The first person that popped in my mind was Robbie. No, the Tanner. But as I've been thinking about it today, if they're gonna do Teen Titans, they won't start filming for maybe another year or so, maybe a couple of years. By the time it comes out, Tanner's going to be in his mid 20s, and Nightwing, he's Dick Grayson. He's already been Robin, and I think you should have a sort of a not too young, not too old, because you want these characters to grow over time in the DCU. I think if you've seen Cobra Kai like I have, Robbie is just an absolute badass of a character, and Nightwing himself is a badass character. So I think Tanner can definitely get the job done, and he has, I think, leading chops. To actually lead a team. And I think for the Teen Titans, I think he's the perfect role. Okay, the biggest name on this list easily is Jenna Ortega as Raven. Um, Whenever I got the news today of Teen Titans, I at first I wasn't really thinking of fan cast. I wasn't thinking of who can play who, but someone online I had seen it like Jenna Ortega should be Raven. Immediately it hit me. I was like, yeah, Jenna Ortega should be Raven. She has that sort of mysterious, dark tone that she obviously can do. She's been in a bunch of horror movies. She's been obviously, Wednesday. And that's who Raven is. Very monotone, mysterious. And I think Jenna Ortega can definitely pull that off. And she's a star. So your selling point to Warner Brothers is like, hey, we can get Jenna Ortega in this film. Obviously, if she's interested, of course. This is just all fan cast. And I think this would just be a wonderful role for her to be Raven, to be in the DC. She's already been fan casted for the Daredevil show. What's that character's name? Tiger. I forget her name. I'm so sorry. But yeah, Jenna Ortega as Raven. So Raven's partner is Beast Boy. And you know how I mentioned earlier there's going to be one actor that's going to be coming back for their role? I think Ryan Potter as Beast Boy. And hear me out. If you're probably thinking, why can't they just have the live action version of the Titan show that they've done? That cast is amazing. Yeah, I agree. That cast is really good. I enjoy, their iterations, the way that they portray those characters. But this is the DCU. They're going to want a fresh start. They're going to want to have new actors and actresses. And with that being said, if you've seen Titans, I think season three, did they go season four? I don't remember. There's an episode where Beast Boy actually travels through the multiverse and he sees he sees universes that, he sees, what does he see? He sees Shazam. The Titan show isn't in the DCEU canon of that universe, so he multiverse traveled, and I think that's a good excuse, a good reason to kind of bring him back as Beast Boy because I think he's just a natural Beast Boy, and I think Ryan Potter and Jenna Ortega, I think they can have on-screen chemistry that people would definitely buy in. I think he's just a wonderful Beast Boy, so he is the only actor that I have coming back from the Titans show for his role. Next, we have Chosen Jacobs as Cyborg. Chosen Jacobs, I don't know if you've seen much of him, but he's actually in the It movies, It Chapter 1, It Chapter 2. I forget his character's name. But long story short, um, here is the reason why I think he could be chosen is that Andy Muschietti is the director of those two films. Andy Muschietti is doing Brave and the Bold, and he also did Flash. He casted Chosen Jacobs in those films, or in It One and It Two. So maybe he's already a Warner Brothers guy. Maybe Andy Muschietti puts in the good word from him. Maybe James Gunn takes a look at Chosen Jacobs and the writer and director for the Titans film, and they decide for him to be Cyborg. Um, I think he's just I haven't seen much of him, but from what I saw in It Chapter 1, It Chapter 2, I think he definitely has sort of like that charm and that innocence that Cyborg can have. But it from the what appears well, from what I see is that Cyborg obviously in the comics is a badass. And I'm sure they can get that out of Chosen Jacobs to be a badass on the big screen. So that is my fan cast for Cyborg. All right, next is Haley Bailey as Starfire. I think Starfire, obviously, she's very charming. People love her as a character. She's very innocent and she's naive because she's not aware of Earth. She's not accustomed to our way of society because she's from a different planet. I think Haley Bailey, the way that she portrayed um, Ariel, right? Ariel in the Little Mermaid movie. That's a character's name, right? I've only seen Little Mermaid once. That's how she portrayed that character, innocent, naive in some way. And I think Starfire, I think her as Starfire, first she's gorgeous, and I think she can obviously portray that type of character. And a common theme with a lot of these actors and actresses is that they're all around the same age group. I think the oldest one, I believe, is 29. And then next after that actor and actress is like, I think 25, 24. So they're all around the same age. You're going to want to have them grow in the DCU. I think definitely Bailey can portray Starfire. I almost said Haley. Hallie. Okay, next. Melissa Barea as Donna Troy. So Melissa actually already has on screen, with Jenna Ortega. So you can have Donna Troy and Raven in the same scenes, and you've seen Melissa and Jenna in Scream. Melissa, so Donna Troy was a tough one for me. I was going through a good amount of actresses trying to see who do I think would be a great fit for that character to have the mascara sort of gravitas, your Wonder Woman sidekick, your or Wonder Woman sort of of her branch. Um, and Melissa, from what I've seen, because have you seen In the Heights? She's in that film. She's the star of that film, and she's absolutely amazing. Her range is she can go from sort of anxious, stressed out because of the life of New York, and then she can go on the opposite end of being hopeful and spreading, joy across the city in that movie. I think Donna Troy definitely represents that. Donna Troy, she's sort of a fish out of water. She's accustomed to her ways because she's never really been around, any type of like American culture or just Europe, just like the world. She's not accustomed to it. Melissa, she definitely has those chops to portray that. And I think that's why I think she would be a pretty good Donna Troy. So the last one, we started off Cobra Kai, we're gonna end Cobra Kai. That is Jacob Bertrand as Wally West. Yes, Hawk as Wally West. If you've seen the Cobra Kai series, I've seen all of it front and back a few times, and I've seen Wally West in many iterations. I've read Wally West. I think Jacob definitely he in Cobra Kai, his character at times can be sort of a prick, Wally West, I'm not gonna say he's a prick, but Wally West can be sort of how can I say it? At some points arrogant, at some times very heroic, at a lot of times very heroic, of course. Um, I think Jacob can definitely pull that off. And then Wally West, obviously, he has an innocence to him because he's Flash. Flash has an innocence to him because he's just sort of a go to retriever type of energy. And I think Jacob can definitely portray that. And if they want to branch out further into the DCU, I think he can definitely do Heroes in Crisis, which is a Tom King run that I read recently. It's right here behind me. um, I think Jake can definitely do that. So, guys, what do you think of of my fan cast? I think overall I enjoy it. Jenna Ortega for me, I think, is obviously the biggest star on this list. I think she can definitely do it. Ryan Potter coming back, the only actor to come back from the last live action iteration of Titans, and then Tanner as Nightwing. I think he has the chops to be the lead. So, guys, let me know what you think down below. Please like, share, and subscribe. We do appreciate the support. Peace.